What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to my channel. You already know it's Millionaire May, and of course I'm here with another consumer law video to help you guys in your consumer law journey and learning your consumer rights. And today's video is about debt collection and how you can mark up your collection letters with specific laws. And I'm just gonna touch on like some of the common laws that are typically on all collection letters. This is kind of how you can flip the script on the debt collectors. Instead of you owing them, you could tell them how they actually owe you under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. But before we get into the video, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Y'all already know my goal is 1,000 subscribers, but I'm literally almost at 400 right now. I'm at 388, so by the time this video is out, I might be at like 390 or something like that. Let's get me up to 400 subscribers. If you know anybody who needs to hear this information, who you know credit is bad, who you know got collection letters out the ASS, send them my videos, because y'all know I don't miss with the information, and I have some really good news that I'll be sharing at the end of this video. But don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I do post my videos. So let's get into it. The Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, it says the term debt is any obligation or alleged obligation. So that right there, right off the top, lets you choose and have a decision on whether you owe that debt or not. To me, all debt is alleged. So no matter if the transaction or contract took place, I still have the option to choose. We know that Social Security number is our credit card, so technically I don't owe anything. I'm never going to claim that I owe anything because I have the right to do so, because all debt is alleged. You have the option to choose, and I'm always going to choose alleged if I'm being honest. Disclaimer, this is not legal advice nor my attorney. This is for educational purposes only. Please fact check everything that I say. Make sure you go and do your own due diligence and read, because it's more important for you to know your rights instead of just going off what someone said on YouTube. But my information never miss, okay? All debt is alleged, okay? If you look in the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, 15 U.S. Code 1692F, it's unfair practices. In unfair practices, they speak about how a debt collector may not use any language or symbol, which indicates that he is in the debt collection business. Now, that is one of the most common violations that you can find on your collection letters. Now, that language or symbol is not supposed to be on the envelope or in the contents of the envelope as well. Meaning, if that debt collector has a logo with their brand name on it, that's a violation, because you have a right to privacy, and your privacy has been breached since that debt collector has a logo. The mailman knows that you're in debt because that logo indicates that that debt collector is in the debt collection business. So your privacy has been breached, and now everybody knows that you're in debt and that you allegedly owe a company some money when you really don't owe them. So once they send you that letter, there's plenty of violations in the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, but the logo is the most common one. But you want to read the full Fair Debt Collection Practices Act so you can see all the different violations that are on that letter that you can mark up. Violation is $1,000 worth of violations or actual damages sustained. We also know that your credit report by law is your reputation. If you read the Fair Credit Reporting Act, your credit report is your general reputation. If that debt collector is furnishing something on your consumer report, they are in fact ruining your reputation. So that's another violation. And that's the reputation one is 15 U.S.C. 1692 D1. So you could flip the script on this debt collector and say, hey, you actually owe me under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act because you are violating 15 U.S. Code 1692 F8 and 15 U.S. Code 1692 D1. I am due compensation because you have violated the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and you're also telling me that I owe an alleged debt when I in fact do not. Now, to me, that sounds like you're trying to trick me into paying you something when I could be using that money to go towards my day-to-day life, essential things that I need for my day-to-day life, because we are in a recession, right? And the price of everything is very expensive. And you're trying to trick me into thinking that I owe something when I do not. It's a shame, okay? So you can use those laws and flip the script on these debt collectors and get paid. I wanted this video to be pretty short and straightforward. You have to simply learn your rights, study your rights, get a collection letter. If you don't have a collection letter, which I put in a previous video on how to get paid from debt collectors and remove collections from your credit report. If you do not have a collection letter, you could send that debt collector a debt validation letter. Look up 15 U.S. Code 1692G, validation of debts. That's how you can send the debt collector a debt validation letter, asking them the name and address of the original creditor, so on and so forth. Make them send you something back in writing. Once they send you something back in writing, you have that proof. You can use that as evidence in your case. You can use that as an exhibit in your case and mark up that letter that they sent back to you with whatever code that they violated. I'm not going to give you all the violations because you need to do your own due diligence and you need to go read and you need to go study this information. But I know a lot of you guys are from the Jairus group that follow me, and thank you guys for following me. And I know a lot of you guys are waiting on like 1099s and stuff, but you guys can use your consumer rights and get out of debt and also get paid while doing it, because all debt is alleged. And if a debt collector tells me that I owe something when I don't, I feel like they're trying to coerce payment out of me. I feel like they're trying to use me and take advantage of me. And they are. You guys can use those laws, write it up on your letter, send the letter back to the debt collector and let them know that they owe you. Now, they may say that they do not owe you and they did not violate any of your rights, which 9 times out of 10, that's what they do. And you will have to proceed with litigation. And I always say that in all my videos. This kind of stuff, when you're talking about the law, it usually ends up in litigation. It usually ends up in litigation. Like, there's no doubt about it. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you will see that I got my first consumer law check on the way. I sued a debt collector. I can't say the name, but I sued a debt collector and we decided to do a settlement, and I had my first check on the way from my first debt collector, which is a big win because you guys know I've been learning consumer law since March, and I've been attacking these debt collectors and, you know, fixing my credit. And I finally got my first check on the way from the first debt collector. And also I got my Experian credit score up to a 703. I've been putting in work this whole time. I am seeing results, and I'm so glad that I'm finally seeing results because I definitely have been putting the work in. And I will be doing a class really soon on how to go after debt collectors and get paid from doing so. I believe I'm going to drop the link for that class on Black Friday. So if you are not following me on Instagram, definitely follow me on Instagram so you can stay updated on that, because I definitely want to get a class going for you guys so you guys can start applying this information to your situation, getting paid from these debt collectors, as we should have been getting paid this whole time. The information that I just gave you in this video, you could use and have success in it as long as you study, as long as you read the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act and study, and don't give up. Just because a debt collector says, oh, I don't feel like I violated you, that's fine. A judge may think differently. You could definitely use everything that I said to your advantage. Start going after these debt collectors and start getting the credit report that you deserve and start getting paid from these debt collectors, because at the end of the day, we all need some money, right? Let's be real. We all need some money, and this is a way that you can get money in your pocket, your family's pocket. You guys can flip the script with these debt collectors. Instead of paying your collections, you could write up that collection letter with the violations of how that debt collector violated you and send it back to them. And make sure you guys send everything certified mail, because once you start speaking of laws and start talking about laws, you're going to want to show the court proof that you tried to rectify the situation outside of court. and you will need to have proof that that debt collector did get the mail that you sent them. So send it certified mail so you can have that green return receipt, because when you send it certified mail, the debt collector is going to sign that green return receipt, which most of you probably know, but the debt collector is going to sign that green return receipt and send it back to you. You need to keep that receipt so you can use that as an exhibit for your case if you do have to proceed with litigation. And make sure you take a copy of everything. Like once you mark up the violations, make sure you take a copy of it, because you're going to use that as an exhibit as well. One thing that you could do right now to start learning how to get paid from debt collectors, but like I said, I will be having a more in-depth class for you guys. It's more than likely gonna go on sale on Black Friday. You guys can start getting paid from debt collectors. I hope you guys learned something from this video. You definitely learned something from this video. I will be doing more videos. Let me know what other videos you guys want to see from me, or what other topics. Like I said, my credit score is officially at a 703. So I am on the right track, and I'm ready to just help you guys. Have any more questions, please reach out to me on Instagram. But if you stayed to this long and watched my video, thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.